So we have to learn how to access the cells directly and sorting the columns using macros. So let's switch over to this. Okay. Now over here, let me go to sheet 2 and I'll just write down the numbers over here. Some numbers. So these are all the numbers which I have. If you want, you can have, say this is item and this is the rate. Right? So there are a number of items which I've got in my shop and I want to now arrange them in some order. Now, before starting to arrange, I will start my macro. So I'll just go to tools and I'll go to macro and I'll click on record macro. Then now I will select these two columns and then go to sort. So how do we sort the data? We go to data on top in the menu bar, go to data and then go to sort. So this is one way. Otherwise, you've got a button over here for sorting. So I click on this data sort and then I select how do I want to sort. First, the first column is item, the second column is rate. But I want to do the sorting based on item. And how do I want? In ascending order or descending order? That you can decide from here and you can specify ascending or descending. Click on OK. You will find that all the items have been arranged according to the alphabetical order of the items, not according to the rate. So you'll find keyboard coming first, then pen, then pencil, right? If I want to arrange in the, I'm going to the second level. So this was just arranging based on the items. But now I want to arrange based on the item within that item based on the rate. So first level of sorting is item and the second level then by on rate. And in the rate, how do you want? Descending order or ascending order? I want it in ascending order. So I'll just click on OK. You will find that this has been arranged in the same order. You will find that you've got pen of 34 rupees coming first, pen of 63 coming next, pen of 77 coming next to that. So within the items, it has been sorted according to the rate. Pencil, first 5 rupees, then 345 rupees. So this is how sorting is done. Now I click on stop recording and I give the name for this M sort and click on save. Now, whatever you have, suppose you've got, I'm just deleting everything from here as if I did not have anything over here. And I just give the name of, say, name of the students and their marks. Name of the students. There could be 2-3 students with the same name. That's also possible. So I'm just taking it as Rohan, Raghav, Vinay, Kamal, Tarun. And the marks are 98, 97, 68. Now what I do is I just select all this and then go to tools and run my macro. The name of the macro which I had created was msort. So I click on this and then I click on run. You will find that it automatically arranges all the records in the order. So Kamal 87, K, R, R, T and V. It's all arranged according to that. And if there were 2 students with the same name, they would have been arranged according to the marks. So let's take one example over here. Let's have one more Rohan who has got 43 marks. And let's take all these, go to tools, go to macros and run the macro. Run the macro which we have created, msort, run. So you will find that it has been arranged according to the name and within that according to the marks. So we had 2 Rohans in the class. First Rohan with 43 marks comes first, then second Rohan with 98 marks comes next. Right? So this is sorting. Now I want to see the coding, how this sorting is done. So you can just go to tools and then go to macros and then go to Organize Macros and click on OpenOffice Basic. Now click on Edit, and you will be able to see the coding which has been done for this macro. Although this is not part of a syllabus, we don't have to get into all this, but this is just to show you that this is how the coding has been done. Sub msort, this is the function which has been created, the subroutine which has been created. So sub msort, and this is all the code which has gone behind that macro to work like that. Okay. Now that's about the sorting. Let's go to the next point. For the next point, I have just prepared a small worksheet for you. So what I've done is I've just created a simple program for you to understand. So what we want to do is we want to access the cells directly. Suppose, for example, this is the cell. The value of this particular cell is 3. I want to get that 3. If this is a cell 4, I want to get that 4, but with the help of the function, not directly over here with the cell referencing. I want to get it with the help of the function. So we want to learn how to access the cells directly. So before starting with that, let me just clarify certain points over here. When we are talking about these cells over here, they are all part of an array. Now, an element of an array, the indexing of that element, say for example, if this is an array which I'm creating, so the first index, first value 2, then the next one is 4, then the next one is 5, and then the next one is 8. Now this is called as an array of cells. The index of this array, the first element will have the list index as 0. The second element will have the list index as 1. The third element will have the list index as 2. And the fourth element will have the list index as 3. This is one-dimensional array. If I'm talking about this side, the y-axis, then the first element of this array will be considered as 0. And the next will be considered as 1. The next will be considered as 2 and 3. So like this. Now, if I look at 2 and I want to get the value of 2, so what should be the address of this particular cell? When I'm talking about the list index, the address of this cell will be 0, 0. 0 x-axis and 0 y-axis. If I'm talking about 4, I want to get this 4. What will be the list index? It will be 1, 0. 1 this axis and 0 this axis. If I want to get 5, it will be 2, 0, like that. So this is the basic concept before I start with the next command. So I'll just delete all this. What I want to do is I want to get the value of this 3. So I've already written a small program so that we are not spending a lot of time over here. So I'm just going to start with that program over here. Let me go to Tools and go to Macros. Organize Macros and click on this, and I click on Edit. Now when I click on Edit, we come to this particular area where we normally write the programs. So you've got the first line, which is rem, which is for remarks entry. Then you've got the sub main and end sub, which we don't have to touch. It's by default, it is there. So we don't have to touch this now. Now we are coming down to this particular, accessing this particular cell. Now, we are going to use two functions over here, two built-in functions of Star Basic. That is this component. This component means the component which you're working with. Dot sheets is a module which is there. Get by name is the name of the function. So this particular is going to help us to get access to this particular sheet which I want. So I've mentioned the name of the sheet, which is sheet 1. If I wanted sheet 2, I would mention sheet 2 over here. And if I wanted sheet 3, I would mention that. So I want to access the sheet 1. This particular sheet 1 access, I have stored it in the variable called O sheet. Now, before starting to use the variable O sheet, I had to declare the variable. So I've used the command word dim, which is for dimensions. Use the command word dim and then declare the variable O sheet. Now I want to get the value of this particular cell from this particular sheet. So for that, I'm not using the, I'm just going to hide rest of these. You don't have to delete them. You can just write the command word rem in front of it. So the moment you write rem in front of it, these commands are not considered for execution and they become the comment entry. So I'm just going to write rem in front of all these commands. Let me just explain two commands first and show it to you. Okay. So what I've done is I have declared two variables over here. One variable to get the sheet on which I'm working, and the second variable to get the cell access, the cell number, the value of that particular cell. And there is third variable which I've declared where I will store that value and then pass it on to the function return. Fine. How do I get that? The position of the cell? I will have to use the function called GetCellByPosition. GetCellByPosition is the name of the function, which is a built-in function which I have to use. 0, 0 specifies the position of that particular cell. So what is 0? 0 is, first 0 is the column value, the column list index, and second 0 is the row index, list index. So when I say 0, 0, that means I'm referring to this particular cell which is called as A1. If I mention 0, 1, that means I'm referring to the cell which is A2. If I refer to, so 1, 0, that means I will be referring to B1. And if I say 1, 1, I will be referring to B2. So let me take only the first value first. I want to get this 3. So I will get that value in O cell. So O cell is equal to O sheet, that means the sheet which I'm referring to, dot get cell by position 0, 0. I get that value and store it in O cell. Then I add it with the value of sum, which is right now 0. There's nothing in sum. So to this 0, I add the value of cell which I've got. How do I get the value? I use O cell dot get value. So whatever is the value of that particular cell, which I have got the position of, that value gets added to the value of sum. And then I display that value of sum over here in the function. So what is the name of the function I've created? FGetContent. Now let's run that FGetContent. I keep my cursor over here and then I say equal to FGetContent, bracket, bracket, and press enter. So the value which was present over there, that has been accessed and it has been brought over here. If I want to access this value, I will have to change the position of the cell, the position of the cell which I was giving. So let's go to the function once again. And this time, let's try and get 6. So this what I had hidden, I'm just going to unhide. This specifies the position 0, 1. 0 means 0 column and 1 row. That means A2. So this will get me the value of 6. And I'm just going to add that to the value of sum. So earlier, the value of sum was 0. To that, I added the value of 3, which was this A1. Now, to this, I'm adding the value of next A2, which is 6. So 3 plus 6 will be 9. Let's see that. Equal to F get content, bracket, bracket, and press enter. So you get 9. Like this, you can get the sum of all these values which you've got over here, 3, 6, 4, and 5. And it's easy. We just have to repeat these 2 steps which we've written over here. First, get the cell position, then get the value of that particular cell and add it to the sum. So over here, I'm getting the cell position with the help of osheet.getCellByPosition. That value, I'm adding it to the sum. And the same procedure to be repeated for the fourth number also. So I get all the four numbers and I add them and I get the result. So I just put my cursor over here, equal to, then F get content bracket, enter. So the sum of 3, 6, 4, and 5 is 18, which you can easily check by saying equal to this plus this plus this plus this and press enter. So you get the sum as 18. This what we have done is we have learned how to access the cells directly with the help of the functions which are available in Star Basic. So with that, we have completed this particular unit, that is accessing cells directly and sorting the columns using macro.